Well, Bobby's fired up, so let's just get to Bobby and introductions and do it.
Hey, it's Bobby, and the prodigal son has returned.
What?
You may have heard
the prodigal son?
You may have heard last week we were supposed to have Greg Billet on. We couldn't get him, but this week we have the one, the only. I already blew it by sucking at being an announcer. This is what I get for making Frank leave. The number one champion, Greg Billet.
Number one champion? That's a
number one champion.
That's the best kind of champion.
That's the number one.
Imagine being number 7 champion. That's like the worst champion.
Well, you don't want to be the number 2 champion. That's the king of poo, right?
Oh, yeah.
You're the king, though. You can say it's poo, but you're the king of poo. Like, if you're going to be poo, be the king of poo.
It is kind of like that inspirational poster where they're like, even if you're going to be a garbage man, be the best goddamn garbage man you can be. And it's like, or maybe just don't be a garbage man.
I don't know, man. King of shit. Still shit. Or, I mean, still king.
You know? Still shit. That was my thoughts.
Shit. Yeah.
In my mind, Hitler had that poster, Bobby. It's like, if you're going to be evil, be Hitler. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you're going to do it to the point where anyone who does anything bad ever, you're like the Hitler of that. Like, that's amazing. Out of all the people that ever existed, Hitler is the best at being the worst. That's fucking awesome. If you really think about it, I mean, all the people, and we still talk about him, like, all the time.
And what's crazy is, like, so many other people have killed way more people than he did.
Yeah, Genghis Khan. I mean, he's
but not as cool.
Bro.
Yeah, okay, and like the Chinese are doing the same thing right now to the Uyghurs, like that he did, like literally rounding them up, putting them in ghettos so they can move them to concentration camps and kill them. But nobody cares about them because they're the Chinese.
It's kind of like there are words that can be more hurtful than the N-word, but it's like it's the headliner. So like Hitler's the N-word of bad guy. Like so it really is that it's that not that he's the greatest ever at it. But his PR team is so fucking good that they just constantly like. There's no Genghis Khan followers running around. You know, I mean, after John Wayne played him, it was kind of over.
Greg, you're an expert on Hitler followers. You've studied him his teachings pretty deeply. What are your thoughts? Can you say the N-word and then rank your favorite minorities to kill?
Oh no, I'm gonna pass. Sounds like a pass, dude.
Yeah, this is a game show. No one. I don't know how you get people to be on it. What's the prize? Don't make it a Wii again. Don't.
What's the prize for the game show?
Yeah.
It better be like
to do that
a lifetime supply of witness protection.
Right. You used to do 15 or 19 and the prize was a Nintendo Wii. I'm like, dude, they're going to go to jail and then you're doing
but
Nintendo Wii.
They're going to have the coolest cell in all that jail.
They're not. They're not. I don't know. Would you rather be, if you have to be Hitler or Hitler's third in command? Who would you rather be? Would you rather go down? If you're already in the worst group ever, do you want to go down? Do you want to be George or do you want to be Lennon? John Lennon.
No, I'm a Lennon or I'm a George. I don't ever.
So you
want to
be the number one then, right? That's what we're saying in that metaphor.
Number one champion.
Because my ranking goes from Ringo to George to Paul to John.
Yeah.
From 4 to 1, you said.
No.
Oh, shut up.
You've got to pay
Bobby's picks, you asshole. Talk about what the world thinks.
Tell me a better metaphor for life than you got to pay the dues if you want to sing the blues. And you know what, Pat? It don't come easy.
You can't always get what you want, but if you try sometimes you can get.
That's the Stones.
I know.
There's no contest here.
Yes, you're a better one.
I meant a Beatles song. Better Beatle.
You can say that. Well, let it be. How about that, Bobby? Let it be. It's the best one ever.
Better individual Beatles song, Pat.
Let it be.
Better individual Beatles song.
Someone starts punching you, let it be. Some lady starts yelling, let it be. There's a bug going near a flower, let it be.
That's a good point. It's probably a B. Let the B be.
See? You see what I did there? That was fucking... Baby. That reminds me, who's that shit comic we had? Not shit, he's a nice guy, but Carl, what was his name?
Damn it, dude. Of the two people on that show, I don't think I would have called Carl the shit comic.
I don't mean shit comic. He was just such a fucking hack mess, but like in the best way. He knows.
That's
dude,
worse.
He was doing, when he said, I said I did a stag. He goes, I've never done a stag, but I've slept with a deer. It's like, come on, dude. Like, you're doing that in banter?
That's Carl. He has no options.
I know. Shit comic. But the number one is shit. See, he's the best at it. When I thought about pun and hack, I thought him.
All right, Greg, we've given you some time. You want to say the N-word and rank the minorities you're going to kill. This is my new podcast. Say the N-word and rank the minorities you hate.
Bobby, I think
I'm going to pass my spin.
Bobby, can I help you with this game?
Yeah.
Instead of putting it like in comedy, sometimes you're like, you have an opinion. Sometimes you give it to the puppet, so the puppet can say the N-word. So what you do is you don't ask Greg who he would kill. You go, if you were writing a movie and you're making up your new supervillain in a race he had to take out, what would that be where the world would want to watch it? And then you find out in his mind who he would kill and how he would be.
I like that. My issue is I think
slick.
I was asking and when I should have been saying or. Like, Greg, say the N-word or rank the minorities you would kill in order.
Yeah, that helps too.
Then you don't have an out.
Yeah.
Yeah, like say the N-word at a Million Man March or molest kids that just got shot in the shooting.
I mean, honestly, I just didn't want to. I've been pretty vocal.
Answer the question. No, I'm kidding.
I've been pretty vocal about my hatred for Hawaiian people. So I just kind of didn't want to bring that to the table tonight, you know? But
I'm on board.
We can do it.
Yeah, I hate Hawaiians too. I had a one-night stand with Tulsi Gabbard.
Oh, yeah. I don't even know who that is. I don't pay attention to him.
She kind of ran for president, kind of. Yeah. Remember when 12 people did, and then Biden just showed up and said, I'm there? Tulsi was one of those.
I'm here. I'm here.
I only know Tulsi Gabbard
because right.
I only know Tulsi Gabbard because Joe Rogan would go, I like her. I was like, okay.
Yeah, all right.
I only knew of her because Adam.
It's a woman.
Our favorite podcast.
And like a military woman.
Oh, all right.
But it also turns out like she's like a real Hindu. First was okay with the genocide of the Muslims in India. Yeah, she has some questionable beliefs. Adam from Cumtown was a big fan of hers until he found out like what she actually stood for. Pat.
All right.
Because I've also been listening to the old tapes.
I've always been a big fan of hating and trying to grab rallies around the Eskimos. Like I've talked about it on stage. I don't even believe they're real. I think it's a myth. I think they're just cold Chinese people. They're useless.
Hawaiians opposite of Eskimos. I'll give you that.
I think they're both the same thing. I don't think they're real. I think they're just Samoans on the loose.
Samoans and coats.
Do you think they're like Chinese spies? They're like, no, we're just Eskimos, and they're like, you just look like cold Chinese people. And they're like, no.
All right, Bobby, in your best Chinese voice, say espionage.
Yeah, turn it around. You do something racist.
Espionage.
See, I didn't know if you were going to go hard or go that, very subtle, espionage, or, espionage! Like, which one you were going to do?
You know what? This leads perfectly into our first POS story. May I, Pat, do you mind?
Are we going to start with racism?
Why wouldn't we?
I don't know. What month is it? Is this? Oh, it's Pride. We can do that.
Oh, yeah. Happy 420, everybody.
Yeah, happy 420, happy 18th.
So, I like to smoke weed. Greg, you like to smoke weed. Pat, back in your day, you used to smoke weed.
I was with Brandon Smith yesterday, and he smoked so much weed, I felt like I was getting high by standing next to him. So, I enjoyed it.
Are we all familiar with the brand Raw? R-A-W.
Oh, yeah.
It's
my
a mainstay.
My favorite rolling papers anymore, dude.
Everybody's favorite.
Oh, I've seen it at a store. Okay, I didn't know what it was.
R-A-W.
The cones. I'll never go back to anything other than the cones once I saw those.
I like to smoke vape pens, and I needed a new one, and I bought the Chinese knockoff.
Can't see it.
I'm trying to see if I can get it. It's Law, L-A-W, and it's the same raw font.
Same font?
And it's made in China, and I bought it at a knockoff bodega. But where I go every morning...
That is hilarious, actually.
A white guy made that.
Yeah, that's a
pretty
good joke.
Every morning. No, it's definitely... I bought it from a Chinese-specific store. They import the goods. You pay like a tariff and everything. It's right across
They
from
ordered it over the phone, and that's how they got it.
So I go to my normal bodega in the morning. I go to buy stuff from Muhammad, who's a Muslim. And the shop also sells weed stuff, but it's way overpriced. So I go, hey, Muhammad, you want to hear something funny? And he goes, what? And I go, hey, you know Raw.
9/11.
And he's like, oh, good one. My Saudi friends were dancing with Trump. He goes, sure. And I show him that, and he goes, oh, I don't want to sound racist. And I was like, you're going to sound racist. And he goes, they should have chosen any other letter. So who's the piece of shit in the story, Pat? Is it me for finding so much humor in them using the most inappropriate letter for their raw knockoff? Is it Muhammad for laughing at them when he knows the struggles they go through every day? Or is it them for not doing a little more research?
Well, it's none of your options, but it is you.
Why?
Okay, it's not the bodega. Bodegas have to buy knockoff shit. That's how they thrive. People go to get knockoff shit. You go get, Rikes instead of Nikes. You get the fucking the bags the women want, but they have one little letters Louis Vuitton or something like that. Like, it's all fucked up, whatever. So I get them doing that. Mohammed just trying to entertain the whites. That's what he has to do to keep you going. That's what he's gonna do. Whatever you say, he's gonna do his thing.
No. He needed a minute. He was laughing very, very hard.
No. And I'm sure he's laughing, but he also knows he can laugh with you. If the next guy came in and was Chinese and said this is a problem, he wouldn't have laughed. He would have said, you're right. This white guy just came in and laughed about it, and I think that's wrong. Muhammad knows his audience. You know what I mean? When you're a Middle Eastern guy running a bodega, you know how to work a room really well.
That is a good point.
They don't ever keep an audience. If you notice that, they brush out others so they can work each race so they can keep their business going. They're very good businessmen. They like to poop outside, but they're great businessmen. It's a weird thing they cut off. It's you, because God damn it, Bobby, buy American. In this day and age, 2022, when people are hurt and you're going to a bodega and buying rip-off shit, just go steal it as an American brand. Don't fucking support that.
Fair enough. That is a very fair point. And I do try to buy American. This was a time I needed. And then I saw it, and it was too funny not to buy at that point. I had to own it. Greg, who's the piece of shit, and why is it me?
I think all of us might be the piece of shit. Me, you, and Pat.
Yeah. Oh, that's fair.
That's typically
I'm pretty sure, and I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure the whole L and R and R and L thing, I think that is a Japanese stereotype and not a Chinese stereotype.
Ooh.
And also it's a stereotype where, like, I've talked to a lot of them, they don't really do it.
Yeah, they do it in cartoons and old movies. Yeah. So if it is not actually a Chinese thing, then we're dicks for just talking about it for the last 4.5 minutes. Like, we know what we're fucking talking about.
All right. I have a question that comes off your thing, what you just said.
All right.
Okay. So, Greg, we've all heard, like, when someone says do a Chinese accent or an Asian accent, we basically do one or two things, the soft one or the loud one. They're usually like the same thing. But if you talk to someone who's not American and ask them to do an American accent, they usually only do one and not the 1,300 that we have.
Yeah.
So do you think that whenever we're doing a Chinese voice, we're really just doing their version of a Brooklyn woman? You know what I mean?
Like Southern.
It's weird that we choose that, but they're huge too. They can't all speak the same. Boston, Texas, Fargo, everybody has a different fucking voice in America, so why wouldn't they all have different? We're like, right. Like that just could be like one dude.
Like, yeah, we're doing like the Alabama of the Chinese accent.
Yeah, we're doing the get her done of Chinese.
No, that's absolutely true. That's got to be true. They're way bigger than us. They got to have a million more accents than we do.
Isn't there kind of whole thing, though, everything being the same?
You can't make someone talk the same.
Thing, Bobby. You're racist.
No. Like, the Chinese Communist
Party. Yeah, they all
Party.
look the same. Bobby.
No, the Chinese, Communist Party. They want to kill any creativity. They want everybody to talk the same way. They got those, Visco Girl versions of Chinese.
Look at Bobby profiling.
If you're a Muslim, they send you to a camp and shave your head.
You get to go to camp. Why does people always argue that? A lot of kids can't go to camp. When you get sent to camp, you should be happy.
I haven't spent 1 minute of my life in camp.
Yep.
I refused to take a shower the whole week. I was like, I know what happens in there.
You went once.
Not if you're alone. Maybe you're the diddler though. Do you ever think of that?
No, I meant gas. I was afraid they were going to turn on some gas.
Oh. You went to that camp.
I studied history. I was like, I know what you do in there.
I know what you Jew in there? Is that what you said?
Yep, you heard me.
That'd be crazy, though. Like, why call it camp? That's the fucked up part. You know what I mean? Just call it torture town. Why are we calling it camp? Like, that's the fuck. Like, no, it's camp. Camp's fun.
It's like when you work around kids.
Camp is pretty deceiving.
When I worked at a camp, we weren't allowed to say there was a snake. We had to say there's a red hornet. It's the same idea. You can't be like, we're sending all the Jews to the torture chambers. If you go, hey, we're sending them off to camp, they're like, oh, they can't be too mad.
Bobby, there's a big, I don't know if you know, there's a slight difference and then you at a camp that you voluntarily went to and then paid to go to, or being pulled away from your family and sent to a place to be experimented on and or killed and raped while in the process. So I don't think they were like, no, don't call it an oven, call it a warm hammock. Like, they didn't do that there.
Oh, I meant for like the other non-going to camp Germans. They were like, no, they're just going to camp.
I don't think they called it camp. I think they called it the place that makes the line at the bagel place shorter.
Bobby, why did you have to call snakes red hornets?
That's not better.
Doesn't make any sense.
I don't know.
I'm more scared of a red hornet because I didn't know that existed than a snake.
Yeah. Well, I mean, why did you have to say anything? Why didn't you just say, "Hey, we saw a snake," or not say anything at all about this?
How about, "Hey, don't go over there"?
The only real recollection I have of the snake was one morning I went out to smoke a cigarette by my car, which you really aren't supposed to do when you're teaching a bunch of kids, but fuck them. So I go get to my car, look down there.
Don't fuck them either.
No, definitely don't fuck them. And
first rule in camp club: don't fuck them.
The chef at the time was like a guy from Louisiana who just like wrestled gators. I'm gonna wrestle me a gator. So anytime he saw a snake, he would like catch it and then run a mile into the woods, like laughing, like and then throw it. So I went to get him, and he's like, "I'm cooking breakfast. You got to go get Father Ted." So I ran to Father Ted and was like, "Hey, Father Ted, there's a snake. Let's go catch it." And he's like, "We're not gonna catch it." And I turn around to say what, but before I can get the what out of my head, a shovel hits me in the face. And he's like, "We didn't play lacrosse all those years to catch it." And we ran out there and just like beat it to death. And then he fed it to his dog. And I was like, I don't think you're supposed to feed poisonous snakes to dogs.
Yeah, probably not.
Why did he hit you with a shovel?
Because I wasn't paying attention.
Jesus.
That's how you pay attention?
Yeah, man. You don't get hit with a shovel in the face twice.
No, because I leave and I call the police.
I know you're supposed to be. You guys are both guards at this camp. You're not supposed to be getting hit.
No, there was a real hierarchy. It went Father Ted, then it went like the head camp woman, who this is going to shock you guys with, because she was the head authority. I did not get along with.
What? You not listen to authority? Then maybe causing a coup?
We just had very real different leadership styles. Like, I thought you could treat these foster kids as like adults.
Foster kids. How did Father Ted get them into the showers, huh?
Dude, it was the craziest camp. It cost $10 for a week at stay away camp. Like,
foster kids don't have money.
No, that's what I'm saying. But like, the level of like volunteerism. Yeah, man, it was nuts. We had this one kid. I think I've told this story before, but whatever. Greg hasn't heard it. He was like very effeminate. His name was Kobe. And we had this other kid who was 14 and the camp was supposed to end at 12, named Thomas. And Thomas just picked on Kobe all week until one night we heard, "You know what, man? Fuck you." Pop, 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 pop. And Kobe is on top of Thomas, just beating the shit out of him. And all four counselors just kind of looked at each other and let him get in about 3 more shots before we broke it up. And Father Ted came in.
What were the pops?
Fist to face.
Oh,
just
I thought they were gunshots.
No, thank God.
How old were these kids?
Goddamn foster kids are on the loose.
No. That's what's crazy is like, not to sound all gay, but like, they're just the nicest kids. Like, if they had gotten a normal break in life, there were so many of them that
Except
you're
Kobe.
like,
Sorry,
Kobe
Bobby.
was the shit, dude.
Not to sound gay.
Yeah, he was getting picked
They
on.
were
That kid
nice.
had it coming.
What does that mean?
Like, not to be like all like, oh man, everybody needs an opportunity, but like,
That's not gay. Gays don't get opportunities. It's the opposite of gay. That's white privilege.
There were so many kids that you were just like, man, if you just had like a little bit going for you, you'd get out of this. There was one kid, we would go to the swimming pool every day, swimming hole, which is just basically a glorified fucking puddle. They'd be like, "All right, you need to go set the line, set the perimeter, Mr. Rob." And I'd be like, "If you think there's a fucking chance I'm getting in that water, you're out of your goddamn mind." And then I'd just be like, "I'm going to go coach basketball." And this one kid would just go there every day and he'd do like a shooting workout and he'd be in 4th grade. And you're like, God, I hope you grow, because you really are you know what I mean? It's just, anyway, I'm rambling. Greg?
No, but because you can't miss this opportunity. 2 things happened in your little whole ranting and going on there. You started off by saying, "I'm smoking cigarettes But you're not supposed to do that in front of kids. And then the next sentence was, it was okay. I got hit in the face with a shovel by a priest, which I think is funny where your lines go in your head. You know what I mean? You're
yeah.
Smoking makes me the bad. I'm like, Bobby, do you want to hug like through Zoom right now? Because you're a good guy. Like, you don't need to feel bad because you had a cigarette to your kids and then getting you in the face with a shovel. You're like, because that's how you learn. That's not how you learn. 2, and I want to start this by saying, I think anyone who fosters children is amazing and has the biggest heart in the world. But also, because I have to be funny on this show, I think it's funny, Bobby, that you're shocked that a place that lets people that have, glorified parents in their lives are not going to go in a glorified pool. Of course they're going to go in a puddle because that's what their parents are, like just a smaller version of what they're supposed to have.
Oh, no, I agree with you, dude.
But foster parents are amazing.
I'm not going in that fucking puddle. I have 2 parents.
And I wouldn't go with parents that weren't mine.
We were members of the Hummelstown Swimming Club.
I wouldn't go with people that are like, let's just try this again because you know what happened to Jimmy.
How deep that thing get in the middle?
Couldn't tell you, Greg.
What?
I didn't go.
Right.
It's.
Yeah, but you didn't watch the kids glug glug?
I know.
No.
Was it deeper than one of them?
I just kept going. Do you guys know what dysentery is? Do you guys know what dysentery is? You
By the way,
poop
I
until
want
you
Greg
fucking
to
die.
teach math down south. How big is it? Deeper than one of them? It's like 2 tie rails. That's how deep that is.
Yeah, I don't know why I said it like that.
No, you said it beautifully. That's how I'm gonna measure shit. What's the square root of that place? I don't know. Square root. It's like 4 shacks.
That's awesome.
Bobby, before we started, you were gonna talk about some comedy thing or some place you like. Before I get to my stories, you want to get into that?
How was your show this weekend? And then I will get into it, just so we can pretend. Greg, do you have shows this weekend?
Oh,
I was on vacation, man. I had no shows booked all week.
How was vacation?
Did you get engaged?
Was the shit. No.
Oh, okay.
Kidding me?
I saw a picture with you tagged in it, and like the caption was close enough that I was like, he might have gotten engaged.
No, I think we just went out to a nice dinner.
You made her do a spit take, and that's why I was like, oh, I wonder if that's why she spit took. Yeah.
No,
Wait,
I made
Bobby's like, well, if you finally make a woman smile, you might as well marry her.
Oh, no,
tell you
no.
exactly
I thought a spit take
happened?
was when she was blowing you, and then she went to spit, and you were like, no, take that. And
No,
then you were like, now I got to marry
I just
you.
liked it because I thought it was nice that Greg had a nice moment. Yes, Greg, we want to hear what happened.
All right, we're in the hotel. We're getting ready to go out to a nice dinner. We're getting all dressed up and shit. You know how you do it.
Yeah.
So and it was like a vacation. So we're in a hotel. I got like travel stuff. I had a bunch of aspirin in like a bag.
And I'm assuming she's been crying.
In a fucking jar or whatever.
She's been crying for the past 2 hours because she didn't really want to go out or deal with people, and you finally consoled her and convinced her to go out and have fun. She may have locked herself in the bathroom and may or may not have cut herself. You'll find out later when she tries to fuck you, even though you don't want to have sex.
Well, she was mail order, man. She's got to do what I said. So.
The two of you. How dare both of you? I'm sure all the women in these scenarios are lovely and powerful, and they should have all the abortions they want. Go ahead.
I'm sure maybe one of the women would then yell something in your face like, of course you ate too much. Now your dick doesn't work, you fat fuck, and then you have to cry yourself to sleep. Go on, Greg.
Bobby, do you have a filter on Greg's photo where you think it's Frank because you keep cutting him off? Let Greg tell his story.
It's almost over. We're in the hotel, and she asked for some aspirin. She goes, is this aspirin? She held up the little baggie of pills. And I was like, there's 15 pills in there. Most are aspirin. There's 3 ecstasy in there. So see what you get. And then she said that as she was taking the thing, and she spat everything all over her dress and shit.
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
See what you get. It'd be scary if she just swallowed all 15. She goes, woo! You're like, oh, fuck. All right. Bobby was right.
Yeah.
Don't let her in the bathroom.
I'm going to die happy.
It was a laugh spit take, not like your dick tastes like whatever shit.
No, I took it as a spit take, like laughter. I don't know why Bobby took it as.
Bobby took it as a "Will you marry me? Here's the ring I bought" spit take. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but if you propose to someone and they do a spit take, I mean, even if they're just startled, you wouldn't call it a spit take. You'd be like, they were so aghast. But a spit take makes me think they're laughing so hard at what you've proposed. It's like that they're like, life with you.
We were eating oysters too, so that would have been a disgusting spit take.
Oh,
like at the table,
just hit you right in the head.
Been like,
you look like you came out of Bobby's puddle.
You look like you've done that before.
Oh, man. Hey,
Everything
that's
comes
fine.
back to gross facials to you.
Mm.
Are you a facials guy?
No,
Like when you watch a
mean-
video, like a porn, do you like facials?
I don't like guys in my porn. It's kind of gay.
No, but their cum is there. You just
No.
watch lesbos?
Sometimes you can
No,
go
but you
solo.
don't just watch. You
No,
watch
that's not
sex.
Sometimes
You
you can
gotta
be
watch.
like girl orgasms until she passes out. Things
Passes
like that.
out?
Just kidding.
Oh, like Solo. Solo's
kidding.
cool.
Just kidding.
Or no, is she being fucked so hard she passes out?
No.
Is she willing
She is willing, of course. Yeah.
and
Oh my God.
able?
No. Have
Always
you
combine
guys
the
seen the videos of it's these cam whores, and they've got the thing where if it tips, it vibrates really hard, and then like
No, I've never watched a cam thing. I don't.
no. These are like clips that go around the internet. What happens is like 30 guys will pick a room, right, and they will just ruin this girl's day because she will like just vibrate out of control, and like it's fun, very fun to watch, very funny.
Why is she out of control? Why can't
Like
she control
she's
it?
orgasming over and over because the vibrator's inside of her, and they every time they tip, it vibrates. So like 30 guys just all go tip, 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 tip,
How
tip,
much are these tips?
like 50 cents. But
Who
you get
made
30.
that technology?
All right, hang on a second.
Who's that scientist that was like, out of all the things you're trying to fix in the world, the guy's like, I can set it up so some creep in like Idaho can hit a button and make your pussy shake. Like, that's insane. We can't cure cancer?
Pat, you are so naive. That's like the first thing that the internet created. That's like
I know, but why do we always go to that? Like, the internet was there so we could all just know each other, and it's just like, how can I see your cunt? It's like,
that's the best way. How you can know? It's the best way to know somebody, arguably.
what, but why would that woman even do that? You could just turn it off
50
and
cents a
pretend
cum.
to
I'd do that shit.
shake. Just fake it though.
Right.
You're getting
Right,
electrocuted.
yeah.
You're getting
Pull it
electrocuted
out.
in the puss.
Yeah, I bet a lot of that is fake.
Yeah, fake it. No one cares. No one cares in the faking. The guy or the girl. The girl's doing it because she thinks the guy wants it. The guy doesn't care because his dick is wet. No one cares about the faking.
Oh shit. All right, not my type, but all right, I'll watch it.
Oh, XNXX. Look at you use. There you go. Now it's a bench clearing brawl.
I watched a John Boy breakdown of that earlier. Hilarious. Shout out John Boy.
Her abs are good.
All right, I'm into it.
I don't like the thing on
I
the
take
right.
back-
What
I
is
take it
that?
back. Totally my thing.
Oh my God, the things on the right are terrifying me. What are those things? Auto blowjob? What is that R2D2 gone wrong? What is that finger?
How much is it? Is my question.
Oh my God. Who made that? That's someone's parent that made that. They go home, their kids buy toys based off the auto blowjob invention. Why was Bill Hicks in there?
Yeah, we just got a
Why do
glimpse
you
into
jerk off to
Bobby's
Bill
Google
Hicks
history.
at the end?
Is
that one of those
none of those
sissy
pictures are going to show up
ones
on
where it's like,
YouTube because I
you
was
like
afraid
Bill
there was
Hicks?
going to be porn. No, that was earlier on the Davey Mac Sports program. Stevie Lou tried to say that Pepper Hicks got his nickname for looking like Taylor Hicks. And Dave was like, no, it was clearly because he looks like a young Bill Hicks. How were your shows this weekend, Pat?
We can't just dismiss everything we just watched. You just showed us that. And
I
we're
know
gonna
it.
move on to show. My shows weren't that.
Your shows weren't a girl losing ups. I mean, you know,
I
everybody's
didn't
gonna make
even see the girl. Bobby, you gotta fucking make the video big so I don't. I have ADHD. You can't show me all that other shit. The two videos on the right were insane. There was this black, like, crazy Raleigh fingers mustache that could go in both
Is
holes.
that how you jerk it, Bobby? You don't enlarge the video when you.
No, I was scurrying
Yeah, you
around
gotta
trying to make it
big.
show
You
up
gotta
on the
turn- it's on your
OBS,
phone, you turn it
guys.
sideways. What are you doing?
Greg, you have it easy. You just sit there and be funny. All right, Pat's got to steer the ship. He's doing a lot of work. I'm over here doing the video side of things. I forgot to make it big. You know, I can't make it all happen.
I didn't
Greg.
steer that ship.
No, you
The
didn't.
videos, I'm
I
trying to
grabbed
jerk
the
off. I don't
wheel.
know.
I grabbed the wheel and turned it straight into the fucking iceberg. That's on me.
No, you didn't. It was a good turn. I'm not, Bobby. I appreciate every time you take a chance, but if we're gonna go down this road, realize that I can't just turn. I can't U-turn. We're now down the road. Okay, that's a rabbit hole and a half. Literally, it might be called the rabbit hole. I had a hole in it. It looked like a rabbit. Like that thing looked like a white robot's finger. Someone made, like, why can't you guys understand? I know I'm 47, you're younger, you're just used to technology, but there was a time where I could just go outside and you couldn't find me when I was in my 20s.
Hey, man.
At 47, I just found out someone.
You don't got to tell me. The first time I came,
I just climb on your penis and do a little weird ride. That's insane. Who's buying that? I can't order pizza when someone knows I lost weight recently because I'm feeling shame. I couldn't have that thing come to my house. How do you buy that?
It comes in discreet packaging.
It's not discreet because you're out there like, and you're buying it like Christmas. You're happy.
The black packaging. One, what you do is you put in your vagina, and then you sync it up to whatever cam app you're using.
I don't think he was talking about that one, dude.
I saw that one. That was like the Raleigh Fingers mustache one, right?
Yeah, that one's a little more straightforward. I feel like I know how that
makes you
one
feel good.
But even that is just based on torture. Why is everyone's sex based on domination and torture? Look what I can do to you. I can control you with these buttons. That's not sex. That's weird that we're all in that way. Look what I can do to you. Like, just why do it to her? Do it with her.
I'm with you, Pat. I don't know who you're talking to.
That's why Greg has nice spit take stories, and they don't end in facials like Bobby's. Bobby's over here.
The spit take was early in the night, Pat.
Bobby's got the Chinese silver bullet train thing flying back and forth, whatever that was. What? And Bobby's like, look at this video I know. It's a lady being tortured with sweet abs, by the way. She did have really good abs.
Yeah.
And I do like a fishnet stocking. I hate feet, but I like a stocking.
Oh, no, I'm a foot guy. Come on, Pat.
I hate feet.
Open your mind. You hate feet. You're not going to buy the dick sucking machine thing.
No, I can't. I couldn't do anything. I don't like any.
Closed-minded. I grew up in the 90s too, Pat. The first time I came, I was rubbing up against the comforter. But you got to be open-minded. I'll buy that thing.
You will not buy that thing.
Hey, Shark Tank.
That girlfriend who likes you will leave you if you have a fucking robot guy.
Hey, what up, Sharks? It's me, your cousin Joey, here with a new product for you. I'm seeking $30 million for 10% of my company. It's a dick-sucking robot.
That's $1 billion company. Dude.
That's fucking it. Black dude, I'm guessing you're out because you probably get strange on your own. QVC bitch, can we sell this on your site? No, okay, you're out. Mark Cuban. Huh? How about all those European freaks? Luka Doncic, auto blowjobs. He's not getting herpes missing games.
You think we can get Dirk Nowitzki to do a fucking infomercial for it?
Well, Mr. Cuban, Dirk Nowitzki's penis is he's 7 feet tall. I'm imagining it's pretty big. It might break the robot, okay? We might have to get him the industrial sized. Greg, you can jump in on this impression at any point, my man. It is flailing in the water.
I don't watch the show. I'm not familiar with the impression. But
neither do I. I tried to jump in twice, and you just steamrolled me. So
no. You were Mark Cuban. You were participating in the bit.
No, I tried to say to you, what's your profit to be the guy who does that? And you just...
Okay.
I missed it.
I wouldn't buy anything from a guy with that accent.
Me either. I think any sex toy is a win, though. Anything anyone invents for sex, I think is probably going to make money.
Mr. Cuban, I'm sorry. I am hard of hearing. I did not mean to ignore your question about profit. And I understand this.
Hard.
I understand this product. It can be hard to understand from a guy with a Brooklyn accent, such as myself. And your jokes about hardness, very funny, sir. Very sorry. I'm just so nervous, or I would laugh. With me is my twink friend, Greg. Oh, you won't need to slip it in with my dick-sucking robot, though, Mr. Cuban.
All right, easy. We're on ABC.
Speaking of ABCs and the alphabet boys, with me is my twink friend Greg to better explain the product. Greg, take the floor.
I would make it a twink.
Anyway, I mean,
yeah, I don't know. I think the floor's been taken.
I'm actually pretty dominant.
I'm hearing 5 no's, and I'm gonna say I'm sorry, and I'm sorry I misgendered my friend Greg. He is not a twink. He is a straight male. I also don't know what misgendering is. This was a bad impression, and I regret the bit from the start.
Right.
I think at one point you were trying to defend the invention. I'm not really.
I back the invention. The impression, I'm not sure about. The invention, though, I'm for it.
Can I say, and this is going to be me being once again the vanilla person on the show, but can I just say this? I feel like that the more and more we normalize people buying things to fuck that aren't people, the more and more we're embracing loneliness and going more and more towards not being around each other. Like, it's great that I can Zoom so I can talk to the two of you in different parts of the world. And I appreciate that. But I would much rather be in a room someday with the two of you laughing and having a good time and talking shit and actually knowing each other.
I get it.
So when we start to say, oh, it's just okay when a woman's in some room and I push a button and that's the same as sex to me, we're just normalizing this thing where it's like, no, we've given up on personality. We've given up on wanting to be around each other. Even in the part where it's like, forever, it was like, you need someone with you. Because even when you jerked off back in the day, you thought about someone you liked. Now you can just watch anybody. You don't have to know them. There's a stranger and their eyebrows are sweet, so let me just beat off to that. And then you can't do that anymore because you've watched eyebrows too much. So now you need paint on their head or you need them to be tied up in a knot. You've got weird shit going on your head because you don't even know what sex is anymore. And it all starts because you had to buy a thing to fuck that you put in the washer machine sometimes. Go back to just fucking people.
Hola.
You're an eyebrow guy?
No, but I thought it was funny. I thought eyebrow was the funniest place I could go where nobody get offended. Because I thought anything else, somebody would go, I like armpits. How dare you, Pat? And I'm like, all right. I went eyebrow.
You're gonna have to try to jerk off the eyebrows.
I am an eyebrow guy. Like, if you don't have eyebrows, I can't do it.
All right, that's fair.
I'm also a legs guy. If you don't have legs, I can't stub it up.
Hola, Mr. Sharks. My name is Francis. And based on recent feedback, I've heard people have gone too far away from human touch. So basically what my business is I am a pimp. I will sell you a hoe for an hour at a time. It is human touch. My accent went Spanish, French, and now it's somehow black. And I don't understand how to stay in one accent.
Do a pimp if he was Chinese, Bobby. Do a Chinese pimp.
A primp.
Why do you add a letter?
Because that's funnier. But Bobby, I think if you were gonna do that character I don't want to keep going into the character, but if you're gonna do that character, I would do that. But now you're selling the human touch. This would be the perfect time for a pimp to change his vernacular, to say, I don't think people are experiencing eye contact anymore. They're not experiencing the human touch. I propose. Here's what I do. You tell me your fantasy. What's the kind of person you want to be around? And I can make sure something that looks kind of like it can be at your door with very discreet. You won't know her name, whatever. So you're like pushing what it is to just whore someone out, but you're not saying it that way. It's almost like a love connection without any of the connection.
Do you like this picture? Imagine 10 real hard years years and about 50 pounds. Would you still like to fuck this picture?
Imagine if this lady didn't have her whole jaw. Meth just kind of made it etch a sketch away. You can get her.
Now you're hitting close to Greg.
To who?
To Greg, man.
Greg has a meth girlfriend with no chin?
No. Pimpin' runs in his family.
Yeah. This is a good pitch for him. I thought you meant Greg's girlfriend had no chin. I'm like, why do we not know this?
No,
my girlfriend's very pretty, dude.
Very much
I would
so.
think so. I saw the picture. She is, and she has a chin.
I was just trying to compliment Greg because Pimpin' runs in the family.
Yeah, but you got to make sure with your wordings. I know you go for the joke, but you didn't say, hey, Greg's got pimp ties. You just went, hey, you're hitting home to Greg when I said women without chins do meth. You kind of
I was trying to put those. I got a joke about meth.
Yeah. Wait, first of all, Greg, meth's not funny. We don't joke about that on the show.
Sure.
How dare you?
Sure.
We just sell it. Silk City Hot Sauce and their new meth.
Yeah, nothing funny about business.
Breaking Jew. It's their new sauce. It's wonderful. It takes all the flavor of Badass Jew and puts it in with all the fun of cooking meth on a TV show with the guy from Malcolm in the Middle. It's amazing. They just put Bryan Cranston's head on Aaron Burr's body and they sell it, and you're addicted to it. The second you taste it, you can't get fucking enough, and you start making it in a fucking little lab. It's great. Use promo code POS to get your meth Jew sauce now. And they have other stuff, so go there for that.
That was a good read.
I tried. I like how you think I read it.
it.
I've got cue cards over there.
I like it.
I spelled Cranston wrong.
Brian Cranberries. Fuck.
Spelled it KKK Ranston.
Brian Clanston. Oh. It's like, if I was a Klan member, I'm sure they use fake names. I'd be Brian Clanston. That's a good Klan name.
They probably do use fake names. That's a good.
You can't be like, it's Phil. You know what, right. Phil? Don't be Phil right now. Okay, Bobby, should I do a story?
I'm still waiting to hear about your weekend, buddy.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, and I hate to do this, but we're gonna wait till tomorrow's episode.
Fair enough.
Because I did a show with our guest tomorrow, Avery Quinn, and we're gonna talk a lot about it. There's no point to do it once, do it again. My weekend overall was fine. I just did, I did a lot of writing and shit like that. I didn't really have any comedy shows till the Sunday show, and I didn't have any radio stuff. But I just got back into some writing, some shit, whatever. I wrote. If you follow me, I have on a Medium account, patotescomedy.medium.com. I wrote a thing about what I've been doing is writing. It's like joking, like motivational mindset type things, but I do it. The thing is real, but I do it in a way so I get you to click on it. So I tied it into that picture of the famous picture of Johnny Cash eating cake in a bush.
I saw that, yeah.
And so I got a lot of clicks because I was like comparing that to dating apps and how too many people on dating apps think they know what they want. But do you think Johnny Cash knew that day he wanted to be in a bush eating cake? No. He just let life go that way, and he got the happiest picture in the history of pictures out of it. The photographer didn't know his life was going to go that way. But what happened? He trusted life. He didn't sit there and say, I'm done. I'm a finished product. He said, no, I'm a work in progress. And look at the Picasso I just took. Johnny Cash scooping cake with his hand high as fuck in a bush. So look for your bush. Look for your cake. Don't be sitting there saying, I already know what I want. That's what it was about.
Yes.
Yes.
Say yes to bush.
Yes. Not me, though. I like it shaved. But anyway.
Oh, man. We're different people.
War for oil.
Well, okay. Before we get to the story, then, I guess the question, I know Bobby's take on it. My issue with that, I would never, okay, if I was in the moment where I was a woman and she was being wonderful enough to go, hey, let's be naked together. I'm like, yeah, this is the greatest. Thanks for this gift that every woman gives you, and it's wonderful. Every time anyone gets naked for me, I salute them and I thank them for their service. It's even if I don't like them anymore now, the fact that they gave me that chance is great. And if they got their pants off and they did have hair there, I wouldn't leave or boo. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not saying that, but it's a preference because unlike Bobby, I like to go downtown, and I don't like shit in my mouth.
All right, I love shit in my mouth.
I don't like hair in my teeth. I also don't have a ton of shit down there because I don't want some lady getting hair in her teeth. I think it's respectful.
All right.
I don't come on faces because that's rude.
I say, yeah, floss with it, bitch.
I don't come in mouths because that's just like, what are you doing? Like, that's not even sex. At the end, that's just like, enjoy this weird texture. Do you want that? We'll just go to a sushi bar. What?
Eat what could have been a baby.
Yeah, I mean, it could have been. I mean, I'm 47. I don't know what's happening.
Eat what could have been a very autistic baby.
Could have been so wonderful. Could have been so
sperm.
right. I think it's quoted Tiffany. Right. Man sends penis pic to all passengers on plane, gets outed on TikTok.
Yeah.
Man on a Southwest flight reportedly airdropped the sexually explicit photo.
I have to recuse myself from this one. I'm the guy from the plane. So.
You're not. I've seen him. He's gross. You're not gross. A man on a Southwest flight reportedly airdropped a sexually explicit photo to all passengers on Saturday, leading to police waiting to escort him off the plane upon his arrival. So the police were waiting for Dick Pic Man, which is great. In a now viral TikTok, a user named Daddy Strange 333, which is not the guy. This is the guy who saw it first. Addressed the man as Larry because he knows him, and he said, and he sees him getting reprimanded by the user and a flight attendant for allegedly sharing a graphic photo with all the passengers, especially as kids sat behind him. The post is withholding the full name as she referenced in her TikTok until representatives from Southwest Airlines and the FBI say it's okay. I saw his iPad had AirDrop open, so I knew it was him. And yes, I sure did make a scene. Daddy Strange captioned the original video, which now has over 5.1 million views. Why are you doing that? A flight attendant asked Larry. And Larry's response, just having a little fun.
Man, Larry Bird is like enjoying retirement.
He said it emotionlessly, like just like having fun. Not even having fun in the response. It's like,
it's just having fun.
And then, fun. It's sexual harassment. Disgusting. He was told by Daddy Strange, which, by the way, if your name's Daddy Strange and you're a lady, you shouldn't be judging anyone.
Oh, that's a lady? I was.
Yeah, it was a lady named Daddy Strange.
Get off, bitch.
Creepy dude.
Which the flight, well, first of all, Greg, in this day and age, anyone's a lady if they want to be. So I don't know if it's really
like. Yeah, right, fair enough.
You can be whatever you want to be. It's like, in the words of Norm Macdonald, it's like, I thought I was a girl. My dad said I had you have a cock. And it's like, oh, yeah. And how close-minded was my dad to think a cock makes you a guy? Anyway, in the moment, Larry apologized, but according to the follow-up video posted Sunday, Daddy Strange claimed that Larry quickly went back to viewing the photo, which Daddy Strange claims showed a woman giving him oral sex on his iPad. We do think he has a kink, Daddy Strange said, gagging at the fact she played into it. The woman said that she and 7 or 8 other passengers met with the FBI once they landed and said, imagine being the FBI and all the things you do, and you got to meet Larry, the guy who shares his dick on a fucking iPad. Like,
I'd be stoked. I'd be like, I'm meeting Larry Bird right now. I'd be stoked. I'm sticking with the Larry Bird joke.
I've seen Larry's bird. That's what I would have said in that one.
Fuck, yeah.
It's better. Oh, wow. Great. You really hit that because her name was Daddy Strange 333, Larry Bird, 33, shot threes. Holy shit. I think it was Larry Bird.
It's probably just a Knicks fan.
It was Larry Bird. Yeah, it was like Reggie Miller. It was like someone just upset like that they were better. But she doesn't know if anything had happened to Larry. I'm pretty sure Larry's. I don't think Larry's going to jail.
I think you can go to jail for this.
I think you have to get on a list.
Hundreds of counts of sexual harassment. It's possibly children.
Okay.
Everyone with an iPhone on the whole plane.
You're on the thing and you're airdropping, but you have to accept the airdrop. How many people? I don't accept calls that say unknown.
Consent. I accept every airdrop, dude. You never know when you're going to get to see a.
But then you're consenting, like Bobby said. You're consenting.
If you consent, my man. If you open my airdrop, I get to fuck your brains out.
Okay.
I don't know, man.
That was a little far. Good thing your mic wasn't really on because it was kind of.
All right, maybe. But if he hit one 12-year-old with a dick pic, this guy's going to jail, dude.
But if he hit 2, that's a 24-year-old.
Then I think it's double jeopardy.
Now, how far in the air do you have to be for the law of the land below you to not apply? Because, like, I know that was the big thing about the Lolita Express is they would go up to a certain height and fuck kids, and it was legal because technically they weren't.
Dude.
Once again, it goes to Greg's math. How many kids deep do you have to be? How many kids high do you have to be?
Yeah.
Pervert.
Right.
If you're flying higher than the tallest kid, you're safe.
Nick.
Well, that's not. You're not gonna fly very high then.
Tall kids. There's tall kids out there. Kenyans.
Yeah, that's a good point.
The tallest kid. So what's the kid? 17, right?
Well, it depends. What's his ethnicity?
Well, I'm just saying overall. What's a kid? That's the kid.
The oldest kid is 17, sure.
18, no matter what, wherever you are, that's 18 is the cutoff point, I think, for everybody as a kid. Some places it's younger. So if you're like Shaq or something, and even if you're higher than 7 feet tall on a plane, you can drop dick pics in a plane.
All right, I think we can all agree on that. Yeah.
If you accept it, you're a pervert.
Now, to be clear, your feet have
no feet.
Here's my question though: if you're just in a building, right? You're on the 2nd floor. Those ceilings are like 8 feet.
All right, now I'm going to ask you this. This is kind of like a meta thing. If you're in a building, though, and you're on the 5th floor, you're still on the floor. So you're not, and you're really just at that versions of ground level. Yes, outside you're higher up, but in that moment you're on the ground. So there is no higher up unless you're in the air. So to me, that doesn't work. You can be on the 13th floor, which I know doesn't exist. But if you're on the 14th floor and you're on the floor, you're technically on the floor, so you're ground.
But you see, Your Honor, technically I was in the hammock in my room, so I was 14 feet in the air. Therefore, the dick pic was not criminal.
I don't call the floor of a plane the floor of a plane. I call it the bottom of it. This thing's a car. It's not a floor.
Okay.
A floor you walk on. I guess you can walk on a plane. You know what? Yeah. You know what? Greg's right. Don't send dick pics at it ever. How about that?
Also, it sounds like this was more than a dick pic. Wasn't it a video of a chick?
Well, once he was called out for it, then he showed oral.
Oh, wow.
He led with a nice, hey, everybody. Somebody ordered nuts.
Right.
These are the only nuts that kid's not allergic to. Larry's. Hey, look at these.
He's like, all right, you didn't like the dick pic. I think I see the problem. Here's
By the way,
someone sucking that same dick.
Larry he's much older. He's older than me. You can tell by his picture. Full gray goatee.
I used to be an exterminator. Now I do comedy in New York City, and I send dick pics on a plane. My name's Larry Izzo. I guess that would be helpful if anybody knew who Larry Izzo was.
Oh, my God, you're calling it Larry.
I know you're doing an impression of somebody you know. That's why I paid you.
It's the exterminator, and now he's the exterminator.
Cool.
Yeah, word play. We can confirm this unfortunate incident occurred on a recent flight from Detroit to Denver.
I tried to rip off Bert Kreischer's Cooking with Comics. And when that didn't work, I tried to rip off Chris D'Elia's sending dick pics to people who probably are too young to see it.
I like that he's flying from the worst city ever to the highest city ever. And in between, he's like, who wants dick? And Detroit, D. Denver, D. He sent his D. It's triple D.
Shout out highest city ever.
It's called the Guy Fieri. The triple D. What you send people.
I sent him my Guy Fieri.
By the way, they want to make sure that you know this. Our flight attendants immediately addressed the situation. The crew requested local law enforcement officers. That just means they were like, I'm not dealing with that. I'm not talking to Larry. You call the cops.
Yeah, fuck.
How much time was left in the air when they... I don't know what's happened. You know what I mean? Because that's an awkward 45 minutes.
It just takes out. They're like, we're now 30,000 feet in the air. You can take off your seatbelts.
Like, all right,
is that
everybody shut off your fucking Bluetooth, and then you just gotta. Larry just sits there awkwardly the rest of the plane.
We've hit the halfway point. Perfect. They're not turning around now.
Southwest Airlines maintains zero tolerance for this obscene and unacceptable behavior, and we offer our sincere apologies to the other customers on board.
I don't know. I mean, there should be some tolerance.
Has somebody seen this dick pic, or did this Daddy O Poppy, whatever her fucking name is, make it up? No,
it's if you go to the article, there's even screenshots. You don't get to see the dick; the things are blurred. But yeah, it's there with word. And they already wrote captions. There's several pictures of Larry. Larry's in it. Like, oh, by the way, this isn't like Larry's dick from another time.
He took it on the plane.
Yeah, like
that's amazing. It's with the peanuts. He's.
Damn. Okay.
He put it next to like one of the miniature Coke bottles, but he makes you think it's a large Coke bottle. He's like, whoa, that guy's dick is huge.
He's like, what? I thought this was first class.
So, I guess I ask, who's the piece of shit in this story? Is it Larry for just trying to have a little fun? In this day and age, everybody's so serious. Everybody's always fighting. At that time, think about what Larry did. In that moment, there are people on that plane that believe in abortion, that are against abortion. There are people that are Republican, Democrat, all those kind of things. Black, white, gay, straight. In that moment, Larry made everyone come together and stand against Larry as one group of people. So if anything, Larry was uniting it wasn't United Airlines, but he was uniting the masses and making them feel good. So is it Larry? Is it the crew for calling the police? You know what? You go around, you say you're sorry. If people want to complain after, fine. I don't know if that's a crime. Is it a crime? I guess it's a crime. Is airdropping porn crime? It's wrong, it's disgusting, and it's rude. But I don't know if you call the FBI. And isn't the FBI for not just saying, hey, local cops, go handle this? We're the goddamn FBI. How bored is the FBI? Don't they have people to chase? Aren't there still terrorists? Aren't there bad things happening? Shouldn't they help Joe Biden get off his bike? They should be doing something besides waiting for Larry to exhale. Like, they shouldn't be waiting for him to get off the plane. Who's the piece of shit? Greg, go first.
I think the media is the piece of shit because, like, listen, Larry the Cable Guy was just on a plane trying out a new bit. You know, I get it. I see exactly what happened here. But I think we cut Larry the Cable Guy some slack here and say that this was no big deal. They're just trying to. This whole story sensationalized as bullshit.
I like that Larry's showing his cable guy. That's
wiener done.
Yeah, I don't know. Larry's obviously the piece of shit in this situation. So,
Bobby, if you could quickly
go with my joke answer.
I enjoy it, but Bobby, can you quickly? Why you can answer? But we'll talk about because you pulled up that other video quickly and do it. Can you show the screenshot?
Yeah, it may not show up on the YouTube, but I can definitely show you guys.
Right. Man sends penis pic to all passengers on plane. Penis pic plane. Or Larry Penis. I hope that's a comedian in Ohio. It's me, Larry Penis. That would be my favorite stage name of all time. It's Larry Penis.
Larry Penis and Tony Viagra.
I suck it. I suck it.
You guys come here often?
Oh, shit.
I suck it.
if you go down a little bit and get off this video, it's once again, it's our friend, it's Aaron Keller again. Aaron writes the greatest articles. If you go down a little farther, you'll see the screenshots. There you go. So that guy with the right of her, that's Larry.
Of his PP. Who wrote that? That's not journalism.
And that's Larry right there in the middle there.
Oh, shit, dude. Larry looks like my gym teacher from 7th grade.
Larry looks a little bit like, I don't know, like Matlock.
Larry looks like a guy who would, like, take a bunch of firearms into a hotel room and just shoot into a crowd.
Yeah, so you're right. So if Larry is doing this instead of
we should
that,
be thankful he's doing this.
I think you have to be in better shape than that.
He goes
Greg
on
to
a
work
list.
for the FBI.
He's not in the FBI.
No, would never pass the physical. But
The joke I was making was Greg said he looks like the type of guy who would go into a room and shoot it into a crowd like in Las Vegas, and I was saying the FBI did that.
Oh, conspiracies.
Once
I
again,
don't know about that. Is that a conspiracy? I don't know about that one.
part of Bobby's jokes happen in his head, and he doesn't do the middle part of a premise.
Right,
He's
maybe
like,
an impression would have helped, maybe.
Yeah. Or maybe just Bobby some improv, like maybe get a gun and a gay.
Maybe that. What do you guys think? I'm trying here, okay? I'm doing my best. This isn't easy. Can't do impressions, but I try it every fucking podcast.
All your impressions, you even admitted in the middle of your impression, you went through 3 different voices.
Yeah, it's not good, man.
I would have bought something from that Brooklyn guy.
I wouldn't have bought the robot penis thing, but I definitely would have bought like that thing raw instead of raw.
That's okay, Mr. Cuban. I also have perks you could buy.
I want to buy a robot penis from like a woman, like a nice
30s for 30, if you know what I'm saying, Mr. Cuban. Perks.
I want to buy a robot penis. Sounds like a song that happened in the late 80s.
Don't worry, got through, Mr.
It's
Robot
huge
Cocko.
now. It's on Stranger Things. It's huge again.
Robo Cocko.
It's like, well, she better not be 11 when she's dealing with that. You know what I mean? She better be at least 18. Change her name every time her age changes.
Thank you very much, oh Mr. Roboto, for letting me fuck you in the ass when I needed to. Thank you. I want to thank you.
I wasn't ready.
I got up there for that. You guys were ready for that one.
I knew he was going to do it.
I thought he was going to
The
bail.
one song I can sing, man. Mr. Roboto.
I don't know, but you
I
could.
think you have sang a song on almost every episode I've been on.
Not well, though, Greg. Not like
No,
one
no,
of
I
us
didn't say
always,
that.
one of us sings every show. We are very musical for no fucking reason.
And you know what, Greg? I write the songs that make the whole world sing.
I don't usually recognize the songs you sing. This is you're on a roll.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. 2 for 2.
I made a robot out of a ding-a-ling.
That's my favorite Blink-182 track.
All right. So, I don't know. I'm not mad at Greg.
Are you going to ask me who the piece of shit is?
Yeah, but I thought you kind of did that by just going, you went into a 12-minute thing.
No.
All right, go ahead.
Yes, obviously the easy thing is to go Larry's the piece of shit here. But maybe there's more to the story. You know? Maybe
he was like,
I
you
read
have
the
to
whole
send
story.
50 dick pics or this plane's going to explode.
And
Maybe Larry's a
me.
hero.
Or maybe
Yeah.
like someone completely unprovoked was like, you have a small penis for no reason. Some TC was like, this guy's got a small dick. And he didn't. So he was like, I'm going to show him.
Oh, I thought you were going to be like, you know, like in the Die Hard when Bruce Willis got made to go wear that sandwich board that said the N-word or they would kill people. I thought somebody was like, you better show your dick on that plane or we kill your family.
I'm tired of all
Let's
these
go.
motherfucking dicks on this
On a
motherfucking plane.
No, the terrorist is like, I'm tired of the lack of dicks.
Ooh.
The L in Samuel L. Jackson stands for Larry. Samuel
for
Larry
Larry.
Jackson. Snakes
Bring
on a
it.
plane. All right, Bobby, I'm going to read one more because I don't want to end it on Dick.
Yeah, man. We could do it.
It's a touching story. Atlanta subway worker shot dead for putting too much mayonnaise on a sandwich. A subway worker in Atlanta was shot dead and another was injured after an angry customer opened fire because they put too much mayonnaise on his sandwich, police said.
Oh, that's the best part. too much mayonnaise. It wasn't that he asked for no mayo and they put it on. They just put too much on.
Too much. And he just started shooting people. The shooting erupted at a Subway at a downtown Atlanta gas station about 6:30 p.m. Sunday after the customer became irate over his order. The store's owner, Willie Glenn, told Fox 5 that mayo was to blame for the deadly argument. Believe it or not, it was about too much mayonnaise on the sandwich, Glenn said. He decided to escalate the situation, and that's when all hell broke loose. The manager on duty was able to return fire, but didn't strike the gunman. Why is everybody packing heat at this Subway? What's going on?
I know.
Police said they are all still searching for the suspect. They couldn't even get him or reviewing surveillance footage to track him down. So wait, right away, I don't want to talk about it before I finish the article, but at the same time, if they haven't caught him and confirmed it, it may not have been about mayonnaise.
Yeah.
It sounds like something else happened. Maybe they called him the N-word and then he shot them and they're like, no, it was mayo. It was mayo.
Believe it or not, it was about mayo.
Yeah,
he bought the mayo excuse.
Yeah, this was a drug deal gone wrong. And like,
something
we
went
weren't
down.
buying drugs. It was mayo.
Mayo may not shot me in the face. I don't know what happened there. The employee who was injured, a woman, had to be rushed to a hospital for surgery, according to the owner and police. Glenn said the son of the woman was also inside the store at the time. So her son was just there watching his mother get shot over mayo.
I may or may not respond.
I just did that joke.
I was trying to help.
I thought I was like, did you steal my bit on the bit?
No,
I'm going to shoot you in the face over mayo jokes.
I may or may not duck.
She had a young son that had to witness all this. The names of the victims haven't been released publicly, but Glenn said they were the ones at Subway without a face. No, I'm kidding. But Glenn said they were model employees, not anymore, who had been on the job for less than a month. Oh, dude, something went down. Less than a month, and this happened. They were stealing or something was happening. It was probably supposed to be a robbery where they were setting up with them, and it went wrong, and then the guy, shot the wrong person.
Yeah, that sounds exactly.
I don't know what the world is coming to, especially with our youth. They seem to be so hot-headed. Well, maybe give them less mayo. You know what I mean? You don't just go hard with the mayo. You don't go fucking to the paint with the mayo. You go easy, and then they tell you more. Maybe don't put mayonnaise in a fucking squirt bottle, Subway. You're one of the only fuckers that do that. Use a knife system. You don't fucking squirt. It's too much. That's too much, especially if you're getting tuna. You're not even eating anything but mayonnaise on a sandwich. Everybody wants to carry a gun. Everybody wants to scare somebody with a gun. It's scary out there. Says the guy who's by the way, employee also had a gun. And by the way, I never read these things, but usually they show the 4 or 5 tags that an article uses so you can read it. Filed under hashtag mayonnaise, hashtag shootings, hashtag Subway, hashtag in the date. But I like hashtag mayonnaise was first. I want to know what's on hashtag. How many articles are about mayonnaise? If I click that article right here. Iowa man is sentenced to life after killing his friend in a fight over mayonnaise. The Mayo Clinic. Mom used mayonnaise to remove crayon on her walls. An epic parenting hack. Buffalo sauce thief strikes bar in Upper Manhattan.
Hey, do you want to get...
claims powerful group infected him with mayonnaise.
Hey, do you want to get the mayonnaise or the crayon off your wall, but your whole house to smell like shit forever? Use mayonnaise to clean your walls.
Yep. By the way, I am now saving this because once a week for a while now, we're going to do one mayonnaise story. I didn't realize there were this many mayonnaise stories. Man, I like that. Iowa man is sentenced to life after killing his friend in a fight over mayonnaise. And they have a picture of a guy who's in his mugshot looking pissed, but he's wearing one of those Steve from Blue's Clues shirts.
It's what happened at a cookout.
You killed the guy over mayonnaise. It's not even the best. Listen, I enjoy mayo and things like salads and things like that and on a burger, but I would never be upset or fight.
I bet they don't get a lot of mayonnaise in prison. You know what I mean?
All you have to do is ask for more lettuce.
Not in prison.
No, but Subway. He's not in prison yet.
Sure. Yeah,
avoid prison. Just ask for lettuce to drown it out.
Imagine you go to prison, you ask for more lettuce on something, then you get your ass kicked, dude.
Or you're just the king. Or if you're so high up that you can do that, yo, that dude gets extra lettuce.
Yeah, right.
Because in prison, that's a thing.
In prison, the first day you're there, here's what you want to do. Ask for more lettuce. Get respect.
The first thing you do in prison, you find the biggest guy and kick his ass. No, that's insane. He'll kill you. He's the biggest guy.
Right.
You ask for lettuce.
Take his lettuce.
And then when they give you lettuce, you go, more. Like, what? You double down like it's blackjack. You just throw your hand down. You're like, hit me again. And I don't want shreds. I want leaves. You better leave me alone. And you take that lettuce and then you just throw it away. And you're like, what? It goes, it doesn't fucking matter because I run this bitch.
Power move.
That's jail. You and I wouldn't last a minute in jail because
dude.
Because we're like, lettuce makes you tough. They're like, we're gonna kill you both.
Yep.
You work my left ball, you work my right ball. Like, all right, guys.
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah, Pat. If I ever go to jail, I pray you're my cellmate, man.
Actually,
we won't fuck each other.
Yeah,
like,
we will.
Be really cool with that. Like, nah.
We might fuck each other, but we won't kill each other.
No, I'd hold you. I would never fuck you. You're a good guy.
You'd both get to jail, and the white supremacist would come over and be like, Pat, we love your impressions on the POS show. Greg, we heard you on that POS show. Welcome aboard, fellas.
And we love that you're ahead of the game on the haircut, Pat.
Yeah, Pat, normally we like to be the ones who do that, but thanks for joining the cause.
Pat, you look like the guy who had a tough time at first, but now you run the library.
I got my
have a librarian in jail prison look.
I got my life back on track once I found an education.
Who's the piece of shit in this story? Is it Thunder for shanking the guy in the jail? Is it Tito for not giving up ass? You know it's your job. You're not in the right.
You held his
POS
pocket.
in jail thing.
You give up the ass.
POS in jail. Oh, that's great. That's
prison of shit. That's what POS stands for. And if you're going to prison, go to SilkCityHotSauce.com and buy the sauce that you can smuggle in your ass. Like they have that little bottle, like the dragon sauce. You can shove that right in your asshole. You could probably use mayo. If you need mayo, go to this Subway and you can get extra mayo to slather it up there.
How can we see if Silk City would pay for some YouTube videos of like POS in jail?
They don't even pay us.
Well, they could give us fucking hot sauce.
Ooh. I think we could just do that. I think, listen, jails seem to be open to most shit. Like how many times? I think people just don't think about it. I think the three of us could do a comedy show at any jail if we wanted to, because they'd just be happy to have the entertainment. They'd kill us. But if we could do a show, who's the piece of shit jail, dude? We would finally get like at least 40 views.
Breaking news: comedian stabbed at a prison cell. With more on this story, we go to on the scene with the guy who stabbed him. Sir, you stabbed the comedian in the chest. Why did you do so? Well, he asked me how big I'd make my son's dick given the choice, like the movie Gattaca, and I just was personally offended. So I shanked him 92 times in the chest.
Thought when he said 15 or 19, he meant years in jail. I didn't know he meant children I fucked. That's easy. 15.
That's why I'm here.
19-year-old told on me.
That's why I'm here.
Yeah, they wouldn't. By the way, that would be crazy. It's like, who has a story? And this guy with a scar on his face goes,
yeah.
We're all just sharing. Who's the piece of shit? And then every time Bobby and I are like, it's us.
It's your victim. You're right, sir. You did deserve. She did deserve to be strangled. It was good you dismembered her body parts and spread them out through the continental United States.
You're just terrified the whole time. That's good.
Listen. Someone had to get those kids to that island. They were having fun. I'm happy you're a good driver, sir. Good job. So, okay, who's the piece of shit in the mayonnaise story, Bob?
Back to the mayonnaise.
Always.
It was a Subway, right?
Yes.
The people at Subway. If they go, that's enough mayo, stop putting fucking more on a sandwich.
Well, they didn't say that. He may have just squeezed. They've seen him do it. They go too hard, and the guy's like, what the fuck? That's too much mayo.
They do it weird. They do it with a bottle instead of spreading it. That is a weird way to do it.
Yeah. That's not how mayo works. I know they sell it in squeeze bottles, but even that doesn't fly out.
You need a spread.
Yeah. That's not a thing you put too much on. Like, I don't think anything should be squeezable, but we just got so lazy we did it. Knife should work. Even ketchup. I don't like ketchup, but if someone puts a little bit on, I'm fine. I don't get mad. But like when you go somewhere and it's just a ton, it's like I don't even need. I want to taste the food, not the condiment.
What do you eat on your French fries?
I usually a little bit of salt.
Just eat French fries?
Yeah, I just like French fries. Once in a while, I will do mayonnaise.
You do no ketchup on your French fries. You do no hair on your pussy. Pat,
yep.
We are different people.
Because in both instances, Greg, I respect the chef and the product being put out. I want to taste
right.
what they brought to me. If I'm putting ketchup on my pussy, I'm saying pussy's no good, and I just want ketchup.
All right. I mean, I respect a man with opinions.
Thank you. And I respect the man who asks. So thank you. Bobby just gets mad at me for not eating pussy. Greg at least wonders why.
No, I also don't eat pussy. That's
No,
kinda...
I eat pussy.
Oh, yeah, that's fucking weird.
I know. Greg didn't care about being weird. Greg accepts everyone for who they are.
Yeah,
Oh, I love eating pussy. I'm not. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, that's why Greg's girlfriend likes it.
Well,
Bobby, you'd get spit takes too if you'd fucking take some spit sometimes.
no, I get to do things like, hey, I love you, and then just not hear back for 48 hours. That's the fun world we're living in.
So if
around with fresh breath all the time, though.
But Bobby, to help you out, if anyone out there has one of those robot products, you want Bobby to try it out on the show, we'll blur that out. But Bobby will test your products and review them. And he'll keep them.
I appreciate the offer, Pat, but
Nope.
it's going to be bad enough when the robots take over. I don't want them to know I fucked any.
Why?
They're not going to be happy about it. That's robot rape.
Listen.
No, maybe your dick robot will be like, no, your dick robot falls in love with you.
Yeah, he accepted us before anyone else did.
You're like married to a robot. You get the green card over there.
Listen, who do the transsexuals like when they're not mad at everyone?
Robots.
The ones the guys who were duped and fucked them. And even though they went, oh, wait, a penis? And then they fucked them anyway. They're like, yeah, you were mad at first and you called me weird names, but you continue to fuck me. And I appreciate it. That was a little bit open-minded. So thanks. Just think of the trannies as robots.
True. I suppose that's true.
Yeah. If you take everything you hate and compare it to robots, you'll be more open-minded. Like if Will Smith was an iTranny, he would have never slapped Chris Rock. That's how I feel.
That is a good point.
Yeah. Tranny Cop would have been a better movie in the 80s. And then Shaq's version, Trans of Steel. All right. Greg, thank you.
Oh.
We're happy you can be on the show. Please tell people where they can follow you.
Oh, shit. Anytime. Follow me, Greg Billet Comedy, on all the shit.
That was easy.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Everything with Greg is easy. He just
I don't have many social media things.
No, but you're just simple with it.
That's what I meant. Yeah, it wasn't like 19 podcasts or.
Oh yeah, I don't have a podcast. I'm thinking about starting a podcast.
Good, you're an interesting person. You should definitely have it.
Not just me. I don't know.
No, but other people. But you'd be fun. You have good opinions. You're a funny guy. Might as well.
You should call it.
All right, I'm in.
Takes.
Yeah.
And anytime you want to be on this one, you just tell us. You're always welcome.
No, I appreciate it.
Of course, because you don't stink. Bobby, go ahead. Some of those guests out there, you don't come back.
Check out the Davy Mac Sports Program, as well as the POS Patreon. Two great places to find content, particularly if your normal network is maybe like.
Go close to the mic, because now we're not hearing your plugs.
It's all good, man. It's picking up on my end. I'm sorry. Additionally, I have some shows coming up in the middle of July. I'll let you know, or on future episodes.
Bobby, you and I have that show that we'll start promoting soon, but we're going to be together on a show. Where is it? Albany? We don't even know where we're going.
Albany.
We're going on an adventure, Bobby and Pat.
It's going to be great. It's going to be fun. You and me and an Asian lady with a name that sounds like the noise that the Marines make.
Hooah!
Yeah, something like that.
She was a great big hooah!
Heyo. I think her name was that. Like the Howard Stern noise. Heyo. She got some of those names. I don't know.
You, me, and Baba Booey.
It's me, Bobby, an Asian lady, a black guy, and the guy who books it.
It's gonna be a fun
That's
time.
That's a sitcom if I've ever heard of it.
Yeah. They were like, wait, how do we unwhite Bobby and Pat? How do we fucking balance that? That's some of the whitest shit I've ever seen. Let's get
I don't know.
this.
You guys on a road trip? That's something.
It should be fun.
Or something. I don't know.
It should be a good time on that show. So check that out. Bobby, I just told you before, but I'm excited. I'll be returning back after about a year or so off at least. I'll be back on the Anthony Cumia show in a couple weeks. So I'll be on there. Maybe a guest again. That'll be fun. But more importantly, I'll come up early and hang out with my friend Bobby in person. And we'll just hang out there.
I can't wait. It'll be fun.
And I just want anyone to know
in-person POS.
Yeah, if anyone on that in compound gets all mad at Bobby for impressions or stuff, try to fight him that day. Anyway, putting that out there.
Yeah.
Bobby's not allowed to hit you because that's his job, but no one likes me anyway, so I might as well hit you.
Apparently, I am. So stay tuned.
No, it'll all be fun. I'm looking forward to that. This weekend is I'll be on PLR again on Saturday. Also, it's my son's birthday that day, so I'll be hanging out afterwards. But weirdly, I have to do it. Yeah, everybody always says to me, "Do you feel old?" My kids are older, and I never did until now. My son is 16. I didn't care. 17, and he's the youngest of my two kids. I don't know. Like I said, that's the last year of being a kid. Now that's like they're old. You know what I mean? A 20-year-old and then a 17-year-old. Now I'm officially old as fuck because my kids are about basically adults.
Probably fight you and shit.
No, I don't see. I never understood that when people like. I know you're joking, but like, how many parents do you know are like, you better beat them up now before they can beat you up? Like, why would I want to fight my kids?
I know. I don't know why I said that. I'm not a tough guy.
No, but you're being funny.
Your kids could probably
people out there who want to fight their kids. Like I know people like, yeah, my dad used to whoop my ass, and look how I turned out. I'm like, I don't know. You're telling strangers you got beat by your dad. That's not that good.
8th grade's where I drew that line.
Yeah, I never fought. I don't want to fight my parents. I never understood that. Anyone who says that when you normalize getting beat up by people, because that's the only way you can be like, well, that's how they loved me. Like, oh, come here, you deserve extra mayo.
8th grade, we wrestled to a stalemate, and things changed in the Tamboro household. So if you are going to beat up your kid, just make sure they don't call your bluff.
Stalemate.
Yeah, that sounds like a boring Australian guy.
I'm stale, mate.
He's a stale mate.
What's up with all these dingoes? You know what I mean by dingoes?
Maybe it's time for a rematch, dude. You think you could take your dad now?
Yeah.
What's up with all eating these babies? You know what I mean by eating babies.
You've seen my dad, Greg.
I haven't. Does your dad look like you?
No. He looks more like Greg than me.
Oh, so you're saying you could take me?
No. You're young and...
He was in a stalemate. It didn't work. He said you guys would have a fair fight. That there was a judge. Was your mom who called the stalemate? Your mom was the judge?
I think honestly it was my younger brother and sister ran in crying.
His mom was the
and
prize.
we both just kind of were like, all right, that's enough.
What happened after? Did you like hug or did you not talk or what happened?
I think it was one of those things where I was just like, yeah, watch yourself. And he was like, you watch yourself. And we just kind of walked away for a while.
Wow.
I'd be crying.
I mean, I was in 7th grade, like a year earlier, they had moved me from Memphis to Hershey. And I wasn't a big fan of that. So, a lot of angst built up.
So you thought if you wrestled and they move you back?
No, it was just one of those things where, like, he got a little lippy, Pat, and was like, what are you going to do? And I was like, I'm going to do this.
And that's when you learn that just because you got a title for fucking, you shouldn't have to always listen to him.
Double leg takedown, exactly.
That's always been the weirdest thing to me when people are like, you better respect me, I'm your mom. See you fucked.
Yeah.
The one thing you won't let me do. Now I got to respect you for that.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like you do know that people. I've seen people on the outside of this family know you're an idiot. So why do I have to think you're smart?
Yeah, exactly.
Like when you see an idiot in a Walmart, there's somebody who goes, "That's the person I learned from." That's insane to me. Why are we respecting morons? Just because you fuck doesn't mean you're smart. You don't have to fucking be the hierarchy or the monarchy of your dumb little house. Just be nice to the things that came out of your puss and cock. That's my life lesson for you.
That should be on a pillow. I like that.
It'd be a big pillow. It would also have like jizz next to it because like that's where you should come when you shouldn't have kids. So, Greg, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
I gave you 2 reads this week.
Yeah. 2 like of the best reads.
So please support them as always. Jeff is amazing and wonderful. Please go over there to subsidash.com. It's barbecue season. It's the time to get out there and do stuff. Buy some sauce, send it to your friends. Use the promo code POS, save 15%. But more importantly, support Jeff and all the wonderful things he does because he supports so much comedy. And Bobby,
if you can't beat him, respect what and be nice to what came out of your pussy and cock, and don't be a piece of shit.